Now, it's one of the main reasons for America's support of Israel. And later on today in Washington, a group called AIPAC will hold its annual policy conference. Among the speakers will be the US Vice President and the Israeli Foreign Minister. But what is AIPAC? It is the American Israel Public Affairs Committee, a pro-Israel lobby group aimed at pressuring politicians into maintaining close relationships. It was set up shortly after Israel's foundation and now has over 100,000 members, though not all of those are Jewish. It's regularly ranked as one of the top 3 most powerful pressure groups in Washington. Indeed, the New York Times calls it the most important organization affecting America's relationship with Israel. And it's credited with winning billions of dollars in US aid for Israel, and that includes the latest weaponry. From Washington, Rob Reynolds reports.
For decades, AIPAC has been acknowledged as one of the strongest lobbying groups in Washington.
Very influential, mainly because they have the grassroots operations. When a candidate arrives on Capitol Hill, he already knows AIPAC. He knows AIPAC because he met the AIPAC activists in his home state. He knows what it means to be pro-Israel.
In the past 2 election cycles, pro-Israel groups gave over $9 million to congressional candidates, with slightly more than half going to the Democrats. AIPAC does not make direct campaign contributions, but spends millions of dollars on professional lobbyists and paying for lawmakers' trips to Israel. It's all perfectly legitimate, according to Massey Rich, an analyst for the Center for Responsive Government.
The pro-Israel interest group is the most powerful among foreign interests that wants contact with the federal government. Certainly, if you're ranking Americans involved in pursuing a foreign government's and country's interest, Israel outranks them all. Members of Congress have traveled to Israel in the last 2 years more often than they've been to Chicago in our own country. It is the most traveled foreign destination for members of Congress.
Iran will be the #1 issue at this year's AIPAC conference.
We're going to hear a lot about the danger of a nuclear Iran. Thousands, over 5,500 members of AIPAC will go up lobbying on Capitol Hill Tuesday, asking for legislation that will toughen sanctions against Iran.
No, because of the lobby. Yes, because of the lobby.
In the United States, the power of the pro-Israel lobby is a sensitive topic. When a pair of university professors named John Mearsheimer and Stephen Walt published a paper last year suggesting the pro-Israel lobby's power distorted American foreign policy, they were strongly attacked and labeled anti-Semites. When AIPAC comes to town, a who's who of American politics beats a path to its door. This year's main speeches will be by Vice President Dick Cheney for the Republicans and House Speaker Nancy Pelosi for the Democrats. Rob Reynolds, Al Jazeera, Washington.
And AIPAC's influence on American